Hello, my name is Chelsea, and today I'm going to talk to you about the experiment I did this semester, which is thermal equilibrium. Mm, First of all, the research question: how is thermal equilibrium achieved between liquids with different temperatures? The objectives and hypothesis. Well, the objective is to demonstrate the concept of thermal equilibrium, so that if two liquids are in thermal equilibrium, they will have the same temperature. The hypothesis was that if the temperature difference between the liquids is greater, then it would take longer for them to reach thermal equilibrium. Justification. The experiment helps in demonstrating the principles of heat transfer, specifically conduction and thermal equilibrium. Also, by collecting data, temperature, and time, it can be analyzed how long it takes for equilibrium to be reached and observe the effects of initial temperature differences. Finally, thermal equilibrium is a topic which impacts different areas such as environmental science, engineering, medicine, and chemistry. The reason why I did this experiment is to show that when two liquids are in thermal equilibrium, in thermal contact, they will have the same temperature, thus providing the relationship between thermal equilibrium. In this experiment, I modified the temperature of the liquids and observed the change in temperatures to demonstrate the concept of thermal equilibrium. Methodology number one, we have variables and materials. The independent variable is temperature difference between the liquids, and the dependent variable is the time the liquids will need to reach thermal equilibrium. The materials were water, ice, two glasses, stove, chronometer, and thermometer. For the methodology number two, here are some flowcharts of the steps I follow, which was heat water and put it in one glass, then put the other glass of water in the fridge and wait to cool. Take the temperature of both waters and write them down. Put one glass inside the other and start the chronometer. Keep checking both temperatures until they were the same. When they were the same temperature, I stop the time and write down this time. Then take one water of these ones for the second part, which was basically the same, but this time instead of using another water, I used ice. And when this ice melted, I take the temperature of the water again, write it down, and that was all my experiment. Now for the resulting data, well, I used a chart like is shown in here to put the both tries I did, the first temperature water, the temperature of the second water, and the final temperature, and also the time they needed. And well, the steps were already mentioned. Now for the data analysis. Based on the data, it can be said that thermal equilibrium is achieved by sharing their temperatures. Of both liquids, as the final temperature is in between both at the first temperatures, and according to thermodynamics second law, well, heat travels from hotter objects to colder objects. For my conclusion, well, the hypothesis was true. The greater the temperature difference between two liquids, the longer it takes for them to reach thermal equilibrium. And well, my limitations in this experiment were not finding a thermometer for objects, as was the first idea. And I think making this experiment with objects will allow me to make more tries and get better results. For the what have I learned doing this activity, and what is the relationship of my project with what I learned, and what is the importance of scientific method? Well, it allows you to get better results, helps you make your experiment with organization, and ensures the validity of findings. Um, what I learned, the scientific reason for something I've done since little, as I used to put my hot drinks into hot water so it would be okay for drinking. Also related to energy, not the energy we have seen, but thermal energy. And well, I also learned to do an experiment by mouth.